Okay, thank you, PPLE. I think now that you're back, we can call the meeting to order. Good evening, fellow Rotarians, guests, and Rotaractors. You are welcome to our meeting today. Today being the 18th day of January in the year 2022, I call the meeting to order. We shall begin our meeting with
RP, please, we are in 2026.
Please, what did I say?
2022.
Hey! It's Ellie's hair. It's Ellie's hair that is confusing me. Please, apologies. We are in the year 2026, 18th day of January in the year 2026. We shall begin our meeting with a Rotary prayer song. Lieutenant Felix, if you are here, could you please lead us? Okay. In the absence of Lieutenant Felix, Lieutenant Ellie, please lead us because.
RB.
Okay, you are here. Okay.
Sorry. A call came in. Well, I didn't hear what you said.
I was saying that lead us in the prayer song.
Oh, okay. Inspire Rotarians, Lord, we are ready. Sing. Inspire Rotarians, Lord, we ask to live as we profess, to dignify the and serving selflessness. For fellowship we offer thanks to
That's fine. I'll just sort it out.
We pray that it will be our care to spread it bountifully. Amen.
Thank you, fellow Rotarians. If you are there, so we have our glasses, charge and drink with me a toast to the Republic of Ghana.
To the Republic of Ghana.
Whilst at it, shall we ask PPL Edem to lead us in the four-way text? Thank you. Who posted it? It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rotarian President. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. 1, is it the truth? 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build goodwill and better friendship? Then 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very much.
Is a four-way test.
Thank you, PP Adam. A bit of information. February 10th to 13th, we shall have the RI president visiting us. I think the program for the detailed program for that will be sent to us by the district, but we have the RI president visiting us from February 10th to 13th. And then this year walk for Rotary will come off on the 21st of February 2026. So, which by way of information, we can all note the dates down. 10th to 13th for the walk with Rotary, for the visit of the president, and then 21st of February for the walk with Rotary. Apologies.
Rotarian President, apologies from Rotarian Martin. He says he's on a bus from Kumasi, so he's unable to join us tonight. He really, really wanted to join us tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other apologies?
Announcement?
Yes, please.
Okay, apologies. No, mine is announcement.
Okay. All right. Mr. Felix, please go ahead, your announcement.
All right, thank you very much, RP. Those to members of Rotary Club of Accra-Spintex, there is a list on our page on a business platform that is inviting Rotarians to come together. So we visit the Theodora Virtual Assistant Training Project, which is being funded by the Global Grant, and we are going to. The location is at Ajingrano, and the date is 27th of January 2026, and the time is 1 p.m. So the list is on our business platform. The interested members should add up so that we know the number of people attending. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. Okay. Object of Rotary. PPADM. Hey, why am I so PPADM's name in my mouth plenty today? PPADM, what did you do to me? PPLE.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. The object of Rotary, I'm trying hard to project it, but it is not projecting. So I'm just going to go over it.
What happened to your hair?
Please, I'm presenting object of Rotary, and you're talking about somebody's hair. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions. The recognition of every Rotarian, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve the society. 3, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And 4th, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. That's the object of Rotary, Mr. President.
Sorry, that was me. Thank you very much, PPLE. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. So we move straight to our business of the day. It's a classification talk by one of our own, Rotarian Lorenda.
Rotarian President, there's a
point of order, please. Point of order.
Yes, please go ahead.
I still, once again, we are jumping the minutes of the previous meeting. I don't know what's happening. We can't continue doing this, please.
Okay,
please.
I was going to deal with this after, but let me deal with it right away. I have not been able to reach our secretary. I think there's a problem, but we have decided to appoint our executive secretary, giving him the mandate to help us with the minutes from starting from now, so that we will give our secretary some time to be able to compile all the past minutes that we don't have, so that we can be up to speed. So from hence, our executive secretary will step in and then get us our minutes. As and when we are able to compile the one that is in the past, we shall bring it to the fore.
Yes, we're starting.
Madam President,
yes,
I think there's another hand up, PP Sarah.
There's another hand up. Okay.
Thank you very much, Rotarian President, fellow Rotarians. I wanted to find out from PPL if there was, we had the option to record notes with our subscription for Zoom.
Yes, we do. We do. You just reminded me, so I'm deploying AI to start recording the minutes now.
Okay, thank you. I think that, yeah.
Previously, I did one when I was host. I used AI to record the minutes, but previous other meetings I used my personal account, so I did not do that. I don't know if Richard Felix or the club admin did that.
Okay, then that will cover it for today. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. So, Rotarian Lorenda.
Yes, RP. Do I have the right to share?
Sure.
Please
ask.
let me see.
Yeah, PPL. Yeah, can you give her the right to?
Yeah, I think she can share.
Okay, 1 second. Yes. Thank you, Ellie.
And RP, please, is it possible we see the presenter, the speaker's face whilst he's in the presentation?
We need to introduce the speaker, right?
So mine is like, so since it's an online presentation, like she using a video, if it's possible, or if it's not possible.
Yeah. Rotarian Lorenda, if you can please come on video. We'd like to see your beautiful face.
Yeah. You know that I'm in transit, and you know I'm driving.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's
but
fine.
I mean, in about 15 minutes, I should be settled in. Since I was going to explain that before we started.
That's fine. That's fine.
If you would like
are you in the position to start?
Sorry?
Are you in the position to start?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
If you need help with your presentation, you can forward it to me via WhatsApp.
RP.
Okay. Thank you.
RP.
Rotarian Echo, your hand is up.
You know, PPL list says something, but maybe you didn't hear. We need to introduce the speaker. At least let's have her background and everything before she speaks. Or will they make room for introduction of the speaker?
PP, this is what do you call it? Classification talk. So she's not a speaker. She's just coming to tell us about her. Yeah. So that as to the best of my knowledge, that doesn't have any introduction.
Okay, no problem. Because I heard PP Ellie say she needed introduction.
Yeah, she could have been introduced, or maybe so we'll give her the opportunity to introduce herself to us and tell us what she does, and then she goes on.
Okay.
Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we see.
Sorry, please. Rotarian Ellie, I have about 2 people who want to join through the link, and they are saying that it's requiring them to sign in with a meeting ID and a passcode. Could someone kindly put it in the WhatsApp chat so I can forward it to them?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lorenda, I think as PPL is trying to sort that out, you may start your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You're welcome. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, good evening, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, and guests. and thank you for having me. Most of you call me Lorenda. I'm also identified as AC or Missy. And my professional identity is a little bit unusual. So I want to be as detailed as I can and very clear from the outset. I am a human security practitioner. What that means is that my work is fundamentally about people, how safe they are, how stable their lives are, and whether systems around them actually work as intended. And by system, I mean something, I don't mean anything that is complicated or even technical. A system simply is a set of parts that work together to produce a result. Rules, people, incentives, resources, routines, and whether we are conscious of them or not. And if one part of a system changes, all the others are affected, or all the others respond to it. My presentation will be clear and practical. I have divided it into 4 short sections with a total of about 16 slides. And after each section, we'll collectively participate in an exercise where we unpack what was just discussed. And then we basically just say if we understood it or not. So I'm moving on. I don't know why this just moved. Thank you. So most of you identify me as a project person, especially in Rotary. I see that you see the 10% of what I do with projects, strategies, plans, and reports. But what really matters for me is the 90% underneath the surface. That's where my training and thinking live, be it anthropology, ethics, policy, M&E, that is monitoring and evaluation, outcome evaluation, impact monitoring, human security, capacity development, systems thinking. This representation is important because many well-intentional interventions often fail because we misunderstand the underlying human and systemic dynamics, and not necessarily because of a lack of effort. My vocation is also about diagnosing before acting. That is understanding the context beneath the work that we do before we even try to fix anything. So that's what this slide represents. Moving on to Beacons Incorporated. So as a response to systemic gaps that I personally experienced in Ghana and working in the West African region, Beacons Incorporated was birthed. So what I discussed in terms of the gaps of the systematic challenges that I have encountered in my work and in my personal life, none of them is abstract for me. Beacons exists because I kept on encountering the same problem in different forms. People falling through the gaps that systems weren't designed to see. That doesn't mean systems fail outrightly. It just means that they are often built around assumptions that quietly exclude people whose realities we don't often model. And each entity here within the Beacons portfolio applies the same basic human security and systems lens in different contexts. For example, Beyond Research and Beacons Development Initiative, which emerged out of Beyond Research and Consulting, was created to respond directly to human security failures that I encountered here. In development work, programs are often designed around policy objectives rather than real lived experiences or lived conditions for people. And communities are consulted late, if at all, and interventions often also miss incentives, power dynamics, or cultural constraints in their design. And BDI was created just to work earlier in that process by starting with people's experiences, the expectations, the assumptions, what they are looking forward to, so that when solutions are designed, they fit rather than fail. That includes work with women in so-called witch camps in northern Ghana, support for pediatric patients and mothers with critical medical needs, and helping coastal fishing communities adapt to the challenges of climate change or climate realities. These are all lived vulnerabilities, not theoretical ones. Burkons LLC, our consulting firm, emerged from another recurrent gap. Many Black African and Afro-Caribbean returnees had viable business ideas, but couldn't access the systems they needed. And that was not because they lacked the capacity or even the means to, but just because the support structures did not align with their understanding or their context. So the firm exists to provide structured consultative pathways that are grounded in local realities, not just quick fixes. We have about 90% of such clientele, and they just want to understand the local context. How do I do business in this climate? And how do I get the right returns in the end? The Snug Haven, our accommodation or shelter service, came from recognizing that housing and research support are also critical human security. Please, can you see? I'll go back.
Yes, we see and we hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, we see and hear. Please go ahead.
My apologies. Am I still presenting, please?
Yes, you are.
No, you are no longer sharing screen.
Oh, so I think my internet's my apologies. Can you see my screen now, please?
No.
No.
Please share again.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You can take it off the presentation mode and bring it back again.
It's back. It's on.
Oh, thank you. I was not even controlling it. I think it just went off. Where was I? Please, can you see my screen?
It's gone off again.
Please, what did you say I should do? I could do?
I think you should share your slides with Ellie so Ellie can project it. Then you you don't have so that you don't have problem with the internet, because if your internet is not too strong, projecting and talking at the same time can be a disaster. So you can share your presentation with Ellie. Ellie will project, then you can just go ahead and then talk.
Okay. Ellie. Ellie, do you have it?
No, let me see.
I shared it as a PowerPoint. As a PDF, sorry.
It's a PDF. I see my chat with you now, but I don't see it here. Please share with all my numbers which you have, and just in case.
I see that you have received it, though. I think you should open it.
In myself, Lorenda, I don't see anything from Lorenda. I'm going to send you a quick message. Oh, yeah, I have it now.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me see. Please give me a moment.
That's okay.
While they're sorting this out, can I just put in a word here, just to inform our club members, those whose voices we do not hear today on the call will be fined. Thank you.
Like that. I love it. At least you heard my voice, so I'm free.
Rotarian Ajegbe, please, what did you say again? I hope you can hear my voice.
Thank God I didn't refer to non-club members.
They are doing what's it called again? Okay, so I'm trying to share now. Okay. Here we go. Can you see my screen?
No, I can't.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
yes,
we can now.
we can see now.
Okay. So where are we? Let me see.
I got to Beacons Incorporated, the third slide.
We are here.
Right.
Thank you. I think I reached the Snug Haven. So what am I hearing? Okay, so the Snug Haven is, thank you. The Snug Haven was established in 2003 when we decided that we wanted to bridge the gap between the services that international researchers and academics had when they were in Ghana. It came from recognizing that housing and research support are also human security issues. And that also stems directly from my own personal experiences, again, as a young researcher in 2017, 2018, 2017, 2016. I was here to conduct research, and I experienced how fragile fieldwork becomes when those foundations don't exist. So we built an environment that supports practitioners properly in that sense. And I have also recognized since I joined Rotary, tomorrow will be exactly 1 year since I joined. And my takeaway right now is that Rotary is full of people who lead organizations and institutions, and they are quite capable. And the connection points, that is what connects us, is not what we run, but why we do it and how responsibly we do so. I apply the same principles across Beacons to reduce vulnerability, design responsibly, and also to measure impact. Beacons Trading LLC, we set it up because when we were trying to source foreign materials for our services and then also our operations and also for our clients, we realized that there were cheap, inferior. Can you mute it, please? Can you mute? Can you please mute yourself? Can you mute yourself, please?
They are muted. Sorry. Please go ahead. Lieutenant Lorenda has been taken care of. Please go ahead.
Oh, was I muted?
Yes, you've been muted.
Oh, I think the host muted me.
No.
Anyway, so Beacons Trading LLC basically also came to respond to the challenges here that we encountered in terms of what materials or provisions do we have on the ground here in Ghana that can support people who are new or coming from different international or cultural backgrounds. And we just source for them. We do imports for ourselves as well, for our operations, and then we sell as well. Thank you. So, I discussed this with about 3 or 4 Rotarians to find out if we could do this, if I could have the leeway to do that. And it was because, like I said at the introduction, I really want us to immerse ourselves in this. I don't want it to be a lecture necessarily. I would want it to be participatory as well. And I'm not sure if anybody has any questions so far or any contributions to add at this point. If you don't, we can just move on to the next slides. Okay, so let's just move on.
I have a question, but I want to ask when you are done. So,
does it relate to this section?
So the first section, okay. Let me ask. I heard you say you work you do human systems, and I wanted to know whether in doing this, do you have a team of psychologists that you work with, just in case you are dealing with a human development and you identify something that a person needs a professional help, do you have a team of psychologists that you work with?
Okay, I think I'm gonna have you hold your question until we
Exactly
get
why
there.
I said I wanted you to finish.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so we move on to the next slide.
Just a quick reminder that we just have 30 minutes, so you have done 10 already.
I'm sorry, no. I did contact Caesar to ask him about the format, and he said there was no format. And then he came back later to say about 30 to 40 minutes, and I prepared for 40 minutes.
Okay, I'll deal with that later on. Please go ahead.
All right. So before we delve any further, I want to share a brief context that helps explain how I think and communicate, because communication, as I understand it, how we think, and the processes that informs those models are very important to how we collaborate. I was raised across Ghanaian and multicultural influences, and I've spent quite a number of time, or a lot of time, in different countries and cultures as well. Be it growing up as a young person, curious child with a cognitive frame that was already atypical to most, or exploring people and their unique communities through their food, their language, music, literature, academic systems, and what have you. That exposure has trained me to pay attention to context, to be understanding, listen carefully, and to translate between different ways of speaking, self-expression, and working. I'm also neurodivergent, and I know that in this context, it may not be typical, it may not be self-explanatory. That combination means principle driven. I often tend to be strict in how I work. I'm deeply loyal and I'm detail sensitive as well. I notice patterns quickly and tend to ask direct, pointed questions without any hidden intentions. And I tend to focus deeply on root causes rather than surface symptoms. That's why ethics, responsibility, clarity, and accountability matter so much to me in my personal and professional life. And I'm most effective in environments that are built on collaboration, on trust, acceptance, or even understanding, and a strong shared purpose where questions are treated as part of responsible work, not a personal challenge or even access. This way of working or thinking has shaped my path toward human security and systems analysis, and it aligns closely with Rotary's own values: service that is honest, that is fair, and designed to benefit people in practice, not just in theory or even on paper. How neurodivergence shaped my profession. So anthropology taught me how to understand lived human realities in practice. Anthropology basically is a study of culture, people, society, systems, and how they come together. I ended up there because I didn't learn best in classrooms. I hated classrooms. I felt like they were a waste of time. They were slow for me. And I needed to be in the field always, observing, feeling, touching, testing ideas, theories, seeing what actually holds up in real life, asking the real questions, the pertinent, damning questions, all of them. I loved it very much being in the field. A turning point for me was encountering the UNDP's 1994 Human Development Report, and later working with the Joint Human Security Task Force in Northern Ghana. That experience reframed everything for me. Being there, seeing the people, and even though I could not on a personal level relate to their poverty, I could relate to their humanity. And I wanted to do nothing but to delve into the topic of human security. It was just a concept introduced by the United Nations. And then two universities in the world, that was in Germany, the United Nations University in Germany, and Aarhus University in Denmark, were the only two universities that were teaching human security, not as a concept, but as a program that you can actually graduate from. And I did everything I could to get into that. This made it clear that development and security only work when they start with people, not programs. Human security gave me the framework, a people-centric lens to hold that insight responsibly and properly. And I still carry the faces of those people that I saw in Northern Ghana, be they the Fulani nomadic tribes, or the average woman who has to walk for miles to fetch water because that opportunity was not immediately available to them. And then systems and design thinking showed me something else. Even good ideas fail when they fail to meet reality. If you don't understand feedback loops, incentives, and context, that thinking also showed me that solutions actually behave, showed me how solutions can actually behave once they have been released into the real world. Together, all these strands became what I now call an architecture of impact, that is design interventions that can survive today, tomorrow, and all lived experiences, realities, assumptions, experiences, and expectations, not just good on paper. So when something makes sense to me, I typically hyper-focus. I pour myself into it, go very, very deep into it. And that depth can often be interpreted as intensity, or even a disruption, depending on who is looking at it. And it has actually shaped how I work and how I function. Please, do you have any questions for me so far? Should we just move on since we don't have enough time? If you don't, let's just go. So this one is about how I think and why it matters for collaboration. And the title of this exercise, I would wish that you would all, as many of you are willing and can, contribute to how we interpret each other and what shapes how we see our thought processes, our thinking patterns, and whatnot. Just 2 minutes or a minute. When we encounter very direct communication or persistent questioning, particularly in hierarchical cultures or societies like ours, what do you tend to interpret first? Are you thinking about the intention or the person's personality or even the process? Anybody? Okay.
Please come again with your question. You can come again with your question, please.
I'm sorry?
Come again with your question.
The question again.
I can't hear you. Please,
The
you are
question
breaking
again,
up. Or you can
please.
type it in the chats.
What's the question again?
My question again.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, when we encounter different personalities in our line of work, whether it's a person who is questioning a system or a process, whatever it is, in a low context, high content environment like ours, what do we tend to interpret first? Are we looking at the intention behind that person's communication? Are we looking at the personality that they put forward? Or the process or the systems that they are operating within?
Well, if I attempt to say something, the saying that people have that first impressions makes the most. Like, for instance, I mean, for me, and I speak for myself, sometimes the message is dwarfed by the personality of the person or the way it's presented. And it's one thing saying, and it's another thing making sure the input, what you intend, the intent of your message is what the person has decoded. And your demeanor, attitude, and the person itself all add to how I decode the message.
Okay, thank you, RP. So the gap between intent and interpretation is exactly why I wanted to share this context, so that we can understand each other better and move past that. I believe strongly that how we think shapes how we collaborate, and it also gravely affects our output and whether good work moves forward or stalls, regardless of the person's behavior or the attitude that they exhibited. In the end, I think it's the intention behind how they intend for that work to be done, the success that you are both working towards, that should count. Thank you. Please, the next slide. Okay. Now, before I define human security or my field, I want to start with you. When you hear about the word security, what comes to mind? What was the first thing that comes to your mind when security is mentioned? We use it a lot in our daily lives, and it comes in varying forms, whether we are saying safe, protect, protection, security, secure, however way you mean or however way it means to you. If there's even one word that we can contribute to this, I'll be very, very happy.
Safety.
Safety from what?
Safety from harm. Yeah, from any form of harm.
Okay. You're cheating, but no problem.
Oh, how did I cheat?
So,
No, I was just asking, how did I cheat?
Anyway. To proceed, because we don't have time, if most of you had contributed, and I'm sure what I'm going to say next would resonate with you, many typical answers would point towards defense, the army, security guard in your estate, the police or your borders, protection.
I think she's gone off.
Oh.
No, she's gone completely off.
Oh, okay. Maybe her network.
Gone completely off.
Okay, so she was asking a question. She asked what comes to mind when we talk about human security. And I said safety. And then she said, well, some of the other things that would come up would be, the army, the police, the border security, and all that. Then when it comes to community and social, we have peace, harmony, cohesion, social stability. And then, then we have economic or livelihood, job, safety, food, business, economy, inflation, etc. Then we have personal. Well, personal, we have personal safety, fear, predictability, and well-being. I think we have our AG, what's his name? We have an AG here who is into safety and security. He's a security analyst. AG Andrew.
Rotarian Ellie.
Yes. Are you back?
Sorry, I'm not sure what happened. Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's what security looks like when we ask people to name it in their daily lives.
You sound quite far away from your microphone.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Okay. So I was pointing to how what security looks like in people's daily lives and in their professional lives as well. And we can see that natural words often cluster into different types of thinking. National security or state security, we would cluster police, army, borders, national security under that. And community security would have peace, harmony, cohesion, social stability. Security also includes whether communities are stable, whether livelihoods are viable, whether people feel safe and predictable in their daily lives. And if someone has a job but lives in fear, they are not really secure. Similarly, if a country is also stable, but then the communities within it are fractured, that is also not a secure nation or a country. This broader understanding is essential to me, for meaningful service. And they bring us to the 7 pillars of human security. Please, could we move on? Before we go to the 7 pillars of human security, I will point out 4 elephants in the room, which are like a slide away, but this slide is going to lead us to that and explain it. Most security and project planning discussions will often focus on what the organizer wants or what they intend to do, or even what the state is providing. But human security often flips that lens. It focuses on the individuals within the jurisdiction of that intervention, and it forces us to ask these 4 critical questions that we see on the slide on the screen. And these questions also help us shift from reacting to crisis toward preventing them. Please, the next slide. Thank you. So in answering those four questions, security from whom, security of what, all those questions, we cannot fully answer.
We have no idea about the agenda.
Sorry?
You understand the agenda be different.
Sorry, let's go. Muted. Rotarian Lorenda, you are muted, so please unmute and go ahead.
Okay. We cannot fully answer these 4 questions without also addressing 3 security barriers, which are threats, risks, and vulnerabilities. So in short, threats are what can harm you, and risks are the likelihood and or impact of that harm, and vulnerabilities are why you are exposed or unprotected. And these definitions and distinctions matter because if we misdiagnose the security problem, we end up designing the wrong solution, even with the very best intentions. So when we ask security from whom, we are basically saying that security from the threats that actually affect people. Is it hunger, illness, violence, poverty, exclusion, climate shocks? Simply, they are threats. Threats are the things that technically define sources of potential harm. So when we say, who is this really for? We are talking about the individuals and the communities, not just the institutions, if you're referring to a state. When we ask what outcomes matter most, we are talking about at the end of everything, at the end of the whole project, the intervention, all that you did, what did people walk out with? Did they walk out with safety, dignity, stability, and the ability to live and thrive? If they did that, how do you get back to measure those? Were you successful? How can you say that you're successful? How did you track that? What is the measuring scale? And then you can say that when people feel secure, they have access to basic needs and their lives improve in measurable ways. So a community can be peaceful today, but can also be structurally vulnerable tomorrow. Human security zooms in and then focuses on reducing those vulnerabilities because that's where sustainable impact actually happens. So at the crossroads, with this gap between state security and people's lived reality or people's lived experiences is where human security then comes in. The next slide, please. Should we skip the exercises and then maybe bring them all to the end? Would that work for us?
Yes, time is against us.
Yes, then let's do that. Please, let's skip. Okay. So from what we discussed so far, I don't know if anybody wants to chime in what they think human security is, but You don't? Then I'll just simply proceed. So simply put, human security measures safety and stability in people's lives. Stability of the person, not just the strength or stability of the state, as we have already discussed. It also shifts the question from, is the state secure, to are people secure in their everyday lives? That includes protection from violence and crime, stable livelihood, health, survival, dignity, and freedom from severe deprivation and constant fear. In my work, I use the human security framework to identify where systems are failing, whether in food systems, environmental management, public health, governance, or conflict dynamics. My role is very simple. It is to diagnose vulnerabilities, assess risks, and then understand how threats intersect. Just as importantly, I also work with the people most affected to design responses that they know can fit their realities rather than imposing solutions that I have determined from the top down on them. Please, the next slide. How did you know? I wasn't. Okay. Please, the previous slide. When you're changing the slides, kindly let me know. All right.
You said next slide.
Human security, I think there's a lag, but human security and Rotary's areas of focus. I see them as one living system, and they are not separate silos. Rotary's areas of focus neatly align with the 7 pillars of human security. They naturally map onto the human security framework because human lives will always be interconnected, and we cannot build peace on an empty stomach. So as we have already discussed, if food is insufficient, inaccessible, or even unreliable, stability becomes fragile. We cannot build resilient economies also if the environment that sustains them is collapsing. Neither can we protect dignity or even well-being when health systems are failing or when they have failed. In short, a shock in one area rarely stays contained. And if the ocean is polluted, marine life declines. That affects food security, livelihoods, and household income. Fisher folk suffer, their dependents feel the strain, local vendors lose business, and entire communities absorb that impact. The same is true of conflict. Displacement or climate disasters, social cohesion will weaken and personal safety will erode, same as resilience will decline. Human security will remind us that peace is not simply the absence of war. It is the presence of conditions that allow people and communities to live with dignity, stability, and opportunity. The good news is that this interdependence also works in our favor. By strengthening health security, we improve productivity and economic security. Environmental stewardship protects food systems. Political inclusion reinforces community cohesion. At its core, human security is an interdependent architecture, and Rotary projects already operate across these 7 pillars, as we've said already, often without naming them necessarily as the 7 frameworks of human security. When we treat these pillars in isolation, impact will weaken. When we treat them as a system, impact will compound. The challenge and the opportunity here is for us to design and deliver them as a whole with a system, design them with a whole system in mind. Please take a note of this and then see where Rotary's areas of focus and our project delivery will align. Thank you. Ellie, please, the next slide. Thank you. So traditionally, many interventions are designed for people. Human security starts by designing with the people, that is the stakeholders, the people who are in the direct crosshairs of whatever intervention or systems we are trying to implement. The difference isn't intent, it's whether the design is in real life or not. So please let me share a very simple example that captures why this matters. It's a very, I love telling the story so much. It's from a book, The Ripples from the Zambezi by Ernesto Ciroli. He is an Italian economic development specialist who worked in Zambia. In that book, he tells perhaps the most famous story in development practice. His anecdote was about a group of experts who went to Zambia to save a community through agriculture. They saw a fertile valley and planted rows of beautiful tomatoes. They didn't understand why the local people weren't interested in the project. And so they naturally assumed that they were just lazy or that the community didn't understand the value of the work.
Rotarian Lorenda, we have like 3 minutes more, please.
A well-meaning top-down intervention set out to help a rural community unlock the potential of their land turned comedic. The soil was fertile, a river ran nearby. Growing tomatoes seemed obvious. The project was designed, resources were provided, and people were mobilized, and the inputs were right. The intentions were also very good. Then one night before harvest, hippos came out of the river and ate everything in sight. The aid workers were very shocked. What happened? They asked, why didn't you warn us that there were hippos? The response from the community was very simple. Well, you never asked us. The failure wasn't technical, it was contextual. So good intentions don't survive environments they weren't designed for, and human security exists to close that gap. No one had stopped to listen, to understand the environment, the incentives, or the realities people lived with. That's the difference between top-down and bottom-up approaches. Top-down asks, what can we deliver? And the bottom-up asks, what actually works here? When Rotary works on peace, health, livelihoods, education, or the environment, it is already committed to listening and local engagement. And I focus on designing and measuring interventions so that commitment can hold and good intentions can translate into endurable, sustainable impact at the center of dignity. That's the difference between doing projects to communities and building solutions with them. Next slide, please. I think we can skip this one. All right, so I want to close this with this anecdote. Let's imagine a public health program distributes free mosquito nets to reduce malaria. This anecdote is from Dambisa Moyo's book, Dead Aid. The objective was distributing the nets. The objectives for distributing the nets was clear. Again, the intention was good and malaria rates initially declined. But in the end, local net makers lost business, jobs disappeared, communities waited for the next distribution, and dependency increased. And this is the part that we often miss in development work. What they failed to do was not technical or even moral. It was just a design logic that was missed. So if we don't look at the wider system, if we don't look at it in a way that we can solve a problem holistically, we will end up solving one while quietly creating others. This relates exactly to how I think and work. We explore the whole system so that the interventions we end up constructing identify, test, and close the gaps before order effects, that is, before second order effects set in. Second order effects basically are unintended consequences. It is also why good intentions don't survive environments that they were not designed for. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. From intention to impact. So impact is not accidental. It is something an outcome that you painstakingly craft, design, build, construct through diagnosis, design, delivery, and measurement. This is where my vocation sits. In practice, many service projects focus heavily on delivery, what we provide, how quickly, and how many people. Those things matter, but delivery without diagnosis is where well-intentioned work begins to unravel. Human security taught me to start earlier, to understand the system before even attempting to intervene in it. It prompts me to ask who is affected and what incentives are already at play, what constraints exist, and what might change once we act. Design is an ethical bridge between intention and outcome. It is where listening happens, where assumptions are tested, and where second-order effects, as we mentioned in the previous slides, are anticipated. Measurement then closes this loop. It doesn't just count outputs, but it asks whether dignity, resilience, and agency have actually improved over time. This approach reflects how I think, starting beneath the surface, so service efforts are designed to hold over time. It is also how I help ensure good intentions translate into impact that actually holds in the real life, impact you can see, taste, smell, feel. Next slide, please. So I want to close by grounding everything we've learned so far and shared. That's already central to Rotary, the four-way test. We just recited the four-way test before this meeting. My classification as a human security specialist and systems analyst isn't just a professional title. It is how I understand and live these four questions in practice. First, is it the truth? For me, truth isn't intention or instinct, it is evidence. It lives in needs assessment, feasibility studies, root cause analysis, and outcome evaluation. Truth is asking difficult questions, and it's not about challenge, it's about diligence. Truth is calling something true without testing. Truth is calling something true, and it is not about saying that I'm saying it for the sake of it. You have to test it first. You have to provide that evidence that what I have said can actually be proven and it can be measured. And when we say, is it fair to all concerned? For me, fairness requires more than good optics. It means understanding who is affected, who participates, and who bears unintended costs. Systems thinking and cultural awareness help ensure that fairness is real, documented, and shared. And when we ask, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Again, for me, activity can create goodwill in the moment, but lasting goodwill comes from respect, when people are treated as partners, not recipients, and have agency in shaping outcomes. And lastly, when we say, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Benefit has to survive time for me. If impact fades once attention has shifted, I don't think we have necessarily created benefit. We've created activity. That's why M&E, monitoring and evaluation, and then learning matter, not to police work, but to protect impact. So how I work is personal. And I take these four-way tests and Rotary strategic concerns quite literally. It is also why I joined Rotary and why I created Bericon some 5 years ago. And my neurodivergence also means that I'm wired to hyper-focus on processes, ethics, responsibility, and clarity. It is how I stay sane and how I reduce error and act responsibly, at least within my thinking, within the domains of my neurobiology, at least. Those traits are about care and nothing else. That's why I thought Rotary resonated with me when we first joined exactly a year ago tomorrow. And at its best, Rotary isn't just about doing good work. It's also about doing good properly and hopefully forever. The kind of good that should outlast us and outlast your children and their children. You may have noticed that I haven't focused so much on business strategy today. And that's very intentional. One, because we don't have time, and then also because business strategy is also one of the places where I have applied my human security principles. Whether I'm working with communities, diasporans, institutions, or businesses, the lens is still the same for me. Design that holds, decisions grounded in evidence, and outcomes that last. In short, business strategy is part of what I do, but human security is how I think. And that's how I understand service in Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Shall we give Rotarian Lorenda a big round of applause? Thank you very much, Rotarian Lorenda. That was an excellent presentation. Because of lack of time, we will allow 2 questions. Rotary time, so we'll allow 2 questions. So please, Do we have any question?
PP not just hand is up.
There's a question in the chat box.
Okay, so we return President. Let's allow just 3 questions. Return Notch's hand is up. AG Andrew's hand was up. I don't know if he withdrew it, but okay. So let's start with Return Notch, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President, PP Ellie. I want to say congratulations to Rotarian AC Parker for this very insightful delivery. But this is not a question, it's a comment. I want to say that this presentation should be done again, and I encourage Rotarian AC Parker to reach out to other clubs and have this done in the physical and have it very interactive, because I can see that there are a lot of ways in which her expertise could be applied in Rotary circles. And the time has come that our district 9104 takes things up another notch. And I'm sure that the district would benefit from the expertise of the likes of Rotarian AC Parker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PP Noche.
Thank you.
Please, whose hand again was up?
AG Andrew. But his hand is down.
Andrew.
Okay, he's up again. Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
AG.
please. Rotarian President, like my senior brother indicated, a very insightful presentation, and having the opportunity to having stayed at the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, I think she made a very great connection between Rotary's areas of focus. I know I've had the opportunity to do similar presentation in other sister Rotary clubs on this particular thing, and like I keep saying, anytime we are undertaking a community service, whether it's a beach cleanup exercise, mechanized beach cleanup exercise, or any activity, we should look at ourselves typically beyond the scope of community volunteers. We are actually addressing the critical national security issue. And if those things are really not addressed, we would be having the things that other sister Rotary clubs. There's a research I'm currently undertaking, which perhaps we might see how best it can go. The strength of Rotary clubs within our countries vis-a-vis the coups that are currently happening within those spaces. If Rotary clubs in Ghana is strong enough, then the things that the country or the government is supposed to do and doesn't end up doing, we are sure that Rotary clubs will end up doing them. Then it will water down the temperature of the country from towing a particular line that we do not all want. So yes, brilliant presentation, and I think this would encourage us Rotarians to do much more than we are currently doing. And like I keep saying, we are more than just community service agents. We are critical national security agents in every sense of the word, because we play a role really in the international space. And AC, great presentation there, and I'm hoping that in Rotarians who are here on call would come to terms and appreciate it, that when we pay our dues and we do what we're supposed to do, we are playing a very significant and a critical role to ensure that our country enjoys the peace it's currently enjoying, where other sister countries within the sub-region are actually not enjoying. Brilliant presentation, and have a good evening to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, AG, for that line of thoughts.
RP.
Yes, please.
Please, I'm seeing in the chats that Kenneth said that his network was failing, but he had some 4 questions here. I don't know if you have the time for us to answer all 4, if we should take some.
We won't have the time to answer all four, but I guess that we can summarize all the questions into the impact of our project. So if we can, maybe in the next 30 seconds, just address that. How I think the first question could encapsulate the rest.
Okay.
How do we measure the long-term impact of community project beyond immediate output?
All right. So simply, we look at what changed after the project ended. Are people still using that intervention or whatever it was that we set up or we try to fix? Has behavior shifted? Are local actors maintaining that intervention without us? Can they use it without us? Can they fix it without us? If the outcome disappears when Rotary steps back, the impact was temporary. Does that answer you?
Awesome. Thank you very much, Rotarian Lorenda. Thank you, everyone. It was a great presentation, as all can attest. And as PP just said, those Rotarians who are visiting and joining us for this call can come and pay some small money. We will allow you to go and give them a presentation. We charge them a small fee. Thank you very much, fellow Rotarians. Shall we go to our finds for the day? Today we don't have a raffle. PP Noche, I haven't heard. It's been a while. I heard you. I experienced your finding. Last week, PP Adam took over.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you so much. My first find goes to Rotarian Lorenda AC Parker. Since you just popped your cherry, you have to make a handsome donation to the glory of the greatest club in the whole wide world, the Rotary Club of Accra-Spintex, which is known for innovation.
That's right.
All the time. So, Rotarian Lorenda, strike a pose and make a donation. The next one goes to Rotarian Ellie, PP Ellie. I don't know why you're looking like a rapper.
Lost his hairline. Why did he lose his
Los
hairline?
Angeles.
Oh,
so
me?
For that, yes, handsome donation. Please don't waste time. I respect you a lot, please. Next fine. Rotarian PP Echo Afeji. Why is it that you were interrupting the president during the meeting?
Where's the evidence I interrupted? Where's the evidence?
It's in the recording. You pay first, answer later. Patrol.
It was Ellie who raised the question. So no fine. The fight will go to Ellie.
Saying no fine.
He's challenging the fine master.
PP Echo.
He's challenging the fine master.
You have to understand that you are not the 12th president of the club, and you are not the fine master today. So please.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And then for everybody else, please just give us 10 cedis. Everybody on the call, please. 10 cedis. And then we are done.
Please, the club members who didn't talk. The club members who didn't talk, please add them.
Yes, that was the statutory fine that was instituted before the
yes, definitely. And then
all club members who didn't talk.
Okay. I myself, on the occasion of this,
then I'm talking. No, I'm talking.
I pledge 200 cedis. 200 cedis for on the occasion of Rotarian Lorenda's first
Lorenda's first
first talk.
anniversary.
Yeah,
Okay,
an
then
anniversary.
I will match.
200
I will match
series.
it.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. President, I think that we are good to go.
Is it coming into my pocket?
The treasurer, Lorenda, behave yourself, please. And then the treasurer, please take note and make sure that all the files are collected. Thank you very much.
Please, I'm trying to display the number on the screen, the Momo number on the screen. The Momo number.
It's in the chat.
Okay, then that's fine.
But I think that if it's on the screen, it's going to be better. If you can do that, I think
if you can do that, yeah.
I'm trying. It's 055. While I look for it, 864. Hey, I can't find it too. 5863.
5863, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, I think I have too many screens open, so please pardon me. It's in the chat.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you, PP Noche. Thank you. Because I think later Treasurer will be able to give us the takings. He will be receiving the Momo now. So later on, we will post it on the platform, the takings for the day. Attendance.
Thank you, Happy. At the peak of the meeting, we had 41 people. 16 were club members, making 52%. We had visiting Rotarians. We had 10 visiting Rotarians. We had PDG Dave. We had PDG Dave from Accra Airport. We had Rotarian Amy from Accra Legon, PAG Ajo from Accra East, AG Andrews from Accra East, PP Fitnat from Accra South, Rotarian Father Bernard from Accra Laboni. We
yes,
had
indeed. The Digis Club.
We had P.E. Ohiniba from Tishinungwa. We had R.P. Stanley from Cantonments. We had Rotarian Zilonaire from North Kanishi. And then we had C.P. Eric Amajo from Accra Ridge. Rotaractors, there were 3 Rotaractors. We had P.P. Namomo, R.P. David, and Rotaractor Mona. For the guests, despite requests for them to indicate who invited them, only one out of the 12 guests, and that one is Roland Asma. He indicated he was invited by PPL. So PPL, can you please?
My guests are always the best.
Can you please introduce your guests? All the others, Georgette, Igwe, Leonard, Nana, Peter, Leslie, Kenneth, Samsung, Efua, Mauto, and PK. I honestly don't know who invited, but you're all welcome.
I invited all of them to CP.
And we thank you for joining us. So Ellie, PP Ellie, can you please introduce your guests?
Thank you very much. Our guest Roland works on the Spintex road. I think he's a travel consultant. He contacted me sometime in December and expressed interest in joining Rotary. So, but our next event was our club assembly, which I could not invite him to. Last week we had a business meeting. I did not invite him, but today I decided to invite him, and he's here to share fellowship with us. So I will later hand him over to the membership committee chair, and he will be sharing fellowship with us until his membership is approved or something. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much. Now I wish to thank each and every person who came and fellowship with us today, and we hope that we will see.
Rotarian Lorenda wants to introduce her guests.
I think I can hear Rotarian Lorenda at the background. Rotarian Lorenda.
Yes, okay. The other participants on the line were invited by me, but since there are so many, I don't think it matters to introduce all of them.
Yeah, that's why I welcomed all of them and encouraged them that they should join us again next time. whether you are presenting or not, just encourage them to join us.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so everybody, you are all welcome, and we thank you sincerely for joining our meeting today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all, PDG Dave, AG, Joe, all those who joined us today. We hope we've made your day. Thank you. It's been a great meeting for me, and I hope you all enjoyed the meeting. And Rotarian Lorenda, happy advance anniversary. You can have a party and invite all of us. We will come for your
rather
1
to
year.
celebrate. Shouldn't you rather throw a party and invite me?
Oh, you are. You can have a breakfast party. We will come.
I hear you.
Thank you all. PP Adam, are you there?
Is he on the call?
Yes, he was.
Mr. President, PhD Ajo's hand is up, please.
Okay.
Good evening, Rotarian President. Yes, fellow Rotarians, protectors, and guests. Thank you very much for a very insightful meeting. Congrats, Rotarian Lorenda. In my role as the district learning facilitator, yesterday, if you did not join the amazing, and somebody said extraordinary, third Vibrant Club workshop, then you missed out. However, there's a recording, but I want to take the opportunity on behalf of the District Learning Committee to thank Accra-Spintex and also their robust and vibrant panelists, PP Noche, for your fantastic delivery. I mean, it was a fantastic panel session. We are very grateful to all the panelists, but since I'm on your meeting this evening, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you very much, Accra-Spintex, for showcasing and telling your Rotary story, and also to PP Noche for also sharing with us your Rotary story. And we hope that the lessons learned and the insights that we had from yesterday's Vibrant Club workshop will continue to push Accra-Spintex into the limelight for you to win more awards and to also help to learn, unlearn, and relearn in telling our Rotary story. So thank you all very much. And we look forward to many more learning seminars where we can learn, unlearn, and relearn. But congratulations Accra-Spintex once again. And also wrapping it up with today's presentation and tomorrow, 1 year anniversary of Rotarian Lorenda. Thank you very much. And PP Noche, my birthday mate, deeply grateful. And Accra-Spintex, Ayiko. Thank you all and have a blessed evening and a blessed week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No.
I see another
hand is up, please.
There's another hand up. Okay.
P.E. Ohaniba.
Okay, P.E. Ohaniba.
Thank you very much, PP Ellie. Thank you very much, RP. Yes. Sorry if I joined the meeting late and there was an opportunity for announcements. I have one announcement from Accra-Spintex. We have the very first, or let me say, maiden outdoor fundraiser towards support to the foundation. It's on Saturday, the 28th of February. The flyers have started going out with the link to the location and the details. It is 28th at 10 a.m. at one of our members' residence inside Sakumono. It is a Lapewa Gigi Konkonte Abetia session. But don't worry, if you don't eat kokonte, there will be other dishes like wache, kinke, and things. So please get a ticket. It's 200 cedis. Get a ticket and come and support us. Thank you very much. I'll be attending your fiscal meetings to sell the tickets, please. So look out for me.
Please, what is
the
it?
Naughty Girl. Saturday, 28th February,
okay,
10 a.m.
Thank you.
So for the tickets, if you buy 5 tickets, you get a bottle of water.
Yeah, a bottle of what?
So, and it's open to family and friends. A bottle of wine.
Wine, oh, okay.
Free bottle of wine. Yes, please. So minimum of 5 tickets, you get free bottle of wine. It's open to friends and family. Please do come and support us. Our target is $1,500. And so please buy more tickets so we can raise this amount to support the foundation. Thank you very, very much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ellie, do we have any more hands up? I don't see them from
No, we don't.
Okay, good.